Now we're recording. All right. Well, folks, for those of you that are yet to meet my beautiful young daughter, is the youngest of two daughters that I have. Her name is Olivia Nicole Saunders. Funny story behind the name Olivia. I believe the reason why you were named that is because there was a soap opera that was popular during the time right before you were born. It had Nick and Olivia on the soap opera, and somehow, that name was picked. I went along with the name because I liked the way the name sounded, but I believe that's what the origination of the name came from. Your name came from, believe it or not. Your name came out of, I don't know if you ever knew that story or not, but that's where you
Okay.
guys' name came from. What's that?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Okay. I said okay.
All right, well,
No, I said no. I said
all right.
I don't remember the story,
I'm just
but
telling you.
I this one because I did never heard the origin. I know because I never heard the origin of my name. That's why I
Well,
didn't
yeah,
know.
obviously, the name Olivia has a different connotation to it, but the way it was picked, I believe that's why it was picked. That's why Nicholas and Olivia, the name was picked because I didn't pick those names. I accepted those names because I liked the way the
Right.
name sounded, but to my knowledge, that's how your name was picked. Little known fact, girl, little known fact. Anyway, she's my daughter. She's now 21 years old. Oh my God. It just seemed like yesterday when I had you on my lap and I was having a conversation with my brother. He and I are the only surviving descendants of my mother and father, main descendants. Now, of course, he has a daughter who has a daughter, which is my grand niece. But at the same time, my sister is gone, my mother is gone, my father is gone. So it's just me and my brother as a sibling. That's all that's left. Of course, I have first cousins and I have, I don't have any uncles left. They're gone. I don't have any grandparents left. They're gone. I never met my grandmothers on either side of the family. But my youngest kids have never met. You never met my mom and dad either, right? They were gone before you were born. So, on your side,
No.
you met, your mom's grandparents, or parents rather, but you never met my parents. So there's an absence of history
Right.
that you've not received from them. No doubt they would have loved y'all. Y'all are phenomenal kids. You turned out marvelous, and I have a lot of respect for what you guys have done in your young lives so far. So I realize that I'm getting older, and I don't often have an opportunity to speak with you as much as I would like, because you guys have schedules, you have lives, and you're not sitting around just waiting for me to call you. I mean, obviously. So I said, well, let me go ahead and call up my little
Yeah.
girl, see how she's doing. I know we got the coronavirus going on with the being out of school. We know, everybody by now should know that you being my youngest daughter doesn't take away from the fact that you want to be a doctor. I'm still amazed by that. I'm amazed. It was about third grade you made that decision?
So roundabout. I actually don't remember at this point, but yeah, roundabout.
Around third grade, you made a decision. Now that you're 21, you made a decision to become a doctor. And you have stuck with that. God bless you. You stuck with that the whole time. You might have changed from pediatrics to obstetrics, but the bottom line is you were going to be a doctor no matter what.
Right.
You went from having a dismal math grade. Dismal. Look it up, y'all. Y'all know what the word dismal is? Look it up. You'll see a picture of my little girl in there next to math. Dismal math grade. She hated math. And then she ends up taking pre-calculus in 11th grade. Calculus? What? Now I don't know what she's probably studying nuclear arms now. I don't know what she's studying. I don't know what she's studying now, but it's remarkable. Can you tell us what helped formulate your philosophy of life?
It's a loaded question. I guess mainly like anybody role models. I mean, you get experience through, what tell you and what you've been through or something like that. And then I don't know, I mean, I guess my philosophy, I don't know. I mean, a lot of times I just go with the flow. I mean, I have an idea and I just go along with it. And then like when I became a doctor, it's something that I, was an idea. And then I decided to pursue it because it's just what I was interested in. So in terms of having a philosophy.
What about your peers? You have peers that obviously are not interested in medicine. You have peers that don't push themselves like you push yourself. You push yourself to the utmost.
I'm not 100% sure. I think I don't know, upbringing, people have different upbringings and the way that they're raised, and it kind of influences how they act and what they do. So I don't know, I guess based on that, that's why I decided to continue on the path that I was, because of just the way that I was raised to, education is important. So it was important to me because that's just how I was raised. And I just, I don't know, it was something that I thought that I needed to continue to do. And I was more like a why not kind of thing. I mean, there'd be no purpose in just kind of slacking off. I mean, it wouldn't help me out because I wanted to be able to be at least somewhat successful when I got older. So, I mean, might as well put in the work early on just to, be able to relax later on kind of thing.
That's kind of remarkable because I had a conversation with your brother. He expanded or expounded on why he is the way that he is. And you're expounding on why you are the way you are. And what I come away with by talking to both of you both have such a sense of self-assuredness about yourself. Like, of course I'm going to do this. Why wouldn't I do this? And everybody that I ever meet people that I meet from time to time, they have self-doubt. Seemingly, you don't seem to have a great deal of self-doubt. Why not?
I don't know. I feel like I do have self-doubt. It's just that I don't necessarily let it overtake me when it comes to what I'm doing all the time. I mean, I feel like everybody has self-doubt, or, you're not completely assured of what you're doing, or you think that things aren't going to work out. And I mean, I have the same feelings. I guess I just, I don't dwell as long on it. I guess maybe some other people might dwell on it for whatever reason.
So you don't know why you don't dwell on it? You just don't dwell on it?
I just don't. I mean, just because the more I dwell on, the more it makes me feel even worse. So I prefer to more think about other things or do something else. Because if I just dwell on it, then it's not. I don't know. It's not a health situation. So it just makes me feel worse. So that's why I just would prefer not, if when I can, not to dwell on it at least.
Okay, so now you're heading toward being a senior at a major university, right?
Right.
When you graduate, was it next year, December? Correct?
No, it's gonna be May of 2021. So
May of 2021, you'll graduate with a 4-year degree. What will you have a 4-year degree in?
My major is biomedical sciences. My minor is in chemistry and Spanish.
So you're good with languages. You have the nerve. You got the nerve to take a minor in chemistry? Oh, Lord. And you got a major in biological sciences. Is that correct?
Biomedical sciences, yeah.
Biomedical science. That means that you're just too damn smart for your own good. That's what that means.
I guess so.
Okay. How was it for you to go from what you were studying in high school to being introduced to more higher level learning, more higher level chemistry? Because you took chemistry in high school, but you wouldn't
Right.
take it, like you didn't take it like you take it now. But you took chemistry in high school, and how was it going into biomedical science? What changes in your mindset did you have to undergo to do that, you think?
Well, I mean, I think it's just that, for anybody going into college, it's an adjustment. The way, especially if for a lot of kids that are like honors college kids, you're used to doing really well in high school, but then once you get to college, things might change. You might get B's or C's, and then it throws you off course a little bit. So something to, get used to making lower grades necessarily, like if you're not used to that, and then you just adjust your studying so that you can go back to what you're, I guess, used to. So like for me, when I came to chemistry, that kind of just blended in with high school because I just so happen to have come from a good high school where other people might not have the same opportunities or the same, so that's why it may have been harder. But with those, just like with me, I didn't have a good relationship with physics, so I had to make a great adjustment because I never really had physics in high school. So I think it's based on your experiences, and you need to adjust based on how you adjust. So like when it comes to studying, I just studied longer because I studied in high school only for like short period of time because I didn't need to study that much. But in college, I had to just readjust how I went about learning so that I could get better grades and that kind of thing, I guess.
So you prioritize getting good grades in your classes. You also study, unlike some people who don't study at all. I guess they just walk in class and try to wing it. We
Yeah, well, some
both
people don't
know
need as much studying, but yeah.
some people don't need as much studying.
Yeah, like I said, in high school, I didn't really need that much studying in order to do well in some classes, whereas other classes or other people maybe need more studying to be able to grasp certain concepts.
Okay. So, all right. So, what do you do to have fun when you're not studying for hours and hours and hours? What do you do to have fun?
I
You there?
mean, that kind of thing. We go out. Um, you know, I listen to music. I play piano. Just leisurely kind of things, or just hang with friends, watch TV. That kind of thing. I think most people my age probably do.
Okay. Did you think that your situation, your lifestyle would be the way it is right now years ago? Did you foresee this?
Um, I guess. Um, No, not really. I guess not. I think I had more of an idealized idea of college than what it really is because it was a bit more difficult, certain subjects, and then the social aspect is kind of hard to get used to in terms of meeting new people, but not having them in class every day. Whereas high school, you see people every day, so it's easier to make friends and talk to people. Um, but I mean, it's not bad. I guess it's just different from what I expected. It's just certain things aren't. I mean, it's kind of hard to really know how college is going to go unless you're in it. You just see it on TV or you hear people talk about it, but it's different when you actually experience it yourself. But yeah.
So when you started college your first year, when you started college your first year, how do you think you changed your manner of doing things to your second year?
Um, well, learned and I got more open because I was a little more quiet freshman year because it was my first year. I mean, I didn't know where anything was or what to do or how things would go. Everything was kind of like, of course, fresh and new, and it's your first year. And then second year, get more acclimated to the people, the campus, the teachers, and you kind of just find your way a little easier. And by joining year, you kind of pretty much have everything together. But I guess just getting acclimated just easier. So that's the main thing I did is get more acclimated and then I could know how to, tackle a class instead of being kind of just confused of what's going on. You can just get into a groove of things a lot faster.
I can tell that you are definitely you're you're definitely a niece of your aunt. The aunt I'm speaking about is an aunt that you never met. I don't think you met April. Your aunt, yeah, you did meet Aunt
Yeah, I
April.
did. I did. Yeah, I met her.
You know how fast she speaks, right?
Yeah, I've always talked fast. Yeah.
You you make her look like she's standing still. You make her look like she's just practicing. She speaks. She used to speak exceedingly fast, but you speak so fast. My God!
Yeah, I've been trying
Even
to speak slower to and be able to enunciate and make things a little more clear and precise. But it's when I'm talking about something that I know what I'm talking about, I just want to say everything at the same time. That's why I talk so fast.
it's funny because when I was growing up and I was a little bit younger than you, I stuttered and I couldn't get full sentences out. My father's first cousin, he stuttered very badly. And I thought to myself, my God, his name is James. My name is James. Am I going to talk like that? I was petrified of becoming a stutterer. So I read incessantly. And it's funny. It's funny. You speak just as fast as I spoke as a child. They tell me I speak fast now, but you make me look like I'm practicing clearly. Secondly, as much as I love to read, your reading ability, again, makes me look like I'm just practicing. You read books like that are that thick in a day? What? Wait, what? And you can actually articulate and remember what you read? I'm like, that's amazing to me. It just shows the vast improvements that we as human beings can make if we don't have any other beliefs, but that's the way it is. You believe, why shouldn't I be able to do it? You remember back in the time that when I was married to Amber, she had a niece that was helping you with your math, and then she didn't help you anymore, but you went your own way and she went her own way. And you just took off. You just took off. I mean, you just like, one minute you were like, I'm going to just do this, And next minute you were like, where did she go? She's like a monster. She's like on steroids. I mean, it's amazing the depth of what you speak about. And when you do you're going to go into pre-med next year. Lord help them. They got to be ready for you. Lord help them. When you become a doctor, I'll probably be using you as a doctor. Say, hey, Mr. Saunders, you're going to see that? No. So is that my daughter that you're going to get? No. I don't see nobody but my daughter. She know what she's doing. She know what she know. I know she know what I was there when she was 21 years old, and she's talking this stuff. I had to pull up. I'm looking for my dictionary. Where's my dictionary at? Where's my thesaurus at? I got to bone up on some. You're the only person I ever speak to. Then when I finish speaking to you, I got to check myself. I said, man, how old am I? How long have I been on the planet? Do I know anything? I got to learn some things. It's just remarkable to me as to how you've grown as a young woman and the volume of knowledge that you have. I was really impressed. It was several years ago. I never told you this. It was sometime after I had you guys read The Compound Effect and take notes and all that stuff, and you articulated how this was going to affect your life, all that good stuff. But I had you read a page out of a book, and this was a page that had like $15 words in it. The numerical price of the words were no less than $15. And you read the whole page. I've never seen anyone, read a whole page of material out loud, flawlessly, didn't make one single solitary mistake. I couldn't even do that, and I can read very well. I can write very well. And then I saw how you wrote, and I saw how your brother wrote. I said, you guys write well too? But are you guys, but if I wouldn't have just met you, I would have swore that y'all were androids. I wouldn't have thought that you were a kid, If I didn't know that I had a hand, and you guys being here, along with your mom, I never would have thought that you would have been able to come across the way that you do. I just want to tell you that because, parents don't tell their children enough how much they appreciate them, how much they value their knowledge, their wisdom. I love you. I care about you. And I want nothing but great things for you. So what's coming up in your life over the next year or two? What would you like to see happen?
Hopefully, I take a gap year and then apply to medical school and then get in and then start my first year.
Okay. So your first year, wouldn't your first year be like an internship or something?
No, it's not till the last year. The first year is more like kind of like schooling. First 2 years is like schooling. Second 2 years, it's more the clinical, like getting into the hands-on kind of thing. But first year is like a classroom type stuff.
Now you've been in with doctors that have performed operations, held a gallbladder in your hand, and you're the only one I've ever seen. Yeah, I held the gallbladder in my hand. It was kind of icky, but it was kind of cool at the same time. Who says that?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting.
Who says that? It was icky, but it was kind of cool too. I'm like, oh, she's definitely gonna be a doctor. She's the only one that described it that way. And people were mistaking you as a doctor, and you were a volunteer. I was telling you, you need to tell them that you just came out of brain surgery. That probably would shock them. But yeah, it was funny. But how many times did you volunteer at hospitals?
Well, I volunteered for 3 years in high school. I volunteered for a few months while I've been here in college. So about a few hundred hours.
What did you do for those few hundred hours for the most part?
Well, in high school, it was mainly you go to different departments. It was I would stay there from about 8 to 3, and you go to whatever department might need help. I went to wound care, maybe did paperwork over there. But going to pediatrics, I'd play with the kids in the playroom after they had their food and everything, and then or if I went to the OR, I'd sit there and watch the surgeons perform a surgery, whatever the surgery was that day. Ask questions, and well, any place I went to, I asked questions. And then, I mean, it depends on where I was. Some places you just kind of stand there and just observe. Other places you can get more hands-on, like with the pediatrics and play with the kids. So that's mainly. And then in college, when I was at an OBG, an OBGYN's, like their office area, I basically did like more shadowing and more observations and that kind of thing. It's a lot of observing.
All right, a lot of more observing than hands-on, I would imagine.
Right, because they can't let just anybody just touch on the patients. It's illegal.
Yeah,
So,
y'all be taking all the
yeah.
blood. Y'all be taking all the blood of the person. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of
look.
observations, but you can do some stuff sometimes.
Okay, so the phlebotomist is the one that draws blood. Is that correct?
Right.
So you haven't done any of that.
I don't on dummies, but not on people. No.
Okay, well that's good. Thank you for that. Thank you for telling me that. Man, I know you're gonna be good, but you ain't a doctor yet. Damn.
Right. Yeah, they're not gonna let people do that kind of thing.
I'm playing. So do you have any more volunteerism in your future for this coming year? Do you think?
Hopefully, well, coronavirus makes things a little bit more complicated, but I was hoping to be able to get into a hospital, maybe baby hospital. If not, then I'm gonna continue to work at VOA, which is like I'm gonna basically at-home care provider, that kind of thing. Do that as a job. I've been doing that so far as a job the past month or so. And maybe continue doing that in the school year to make extra money and also get experience in like something that's kind of clinical-ish.
I understand. VOA, yeah, I remember that. That's home care provider kind of stuff. What did you learn? How has that experience enriched your life in your school as far as being a home care provider, if you will?
Well, I mean, it's similar to the healthcare field. I mean, it's, the people that we serve are similar to like patients, but these people have intellectual disabilities. So, I give baths, I fix food, and make sure that they have everything they need to do activities, that kind of thing. So it's similar to if I was in hospital and you have to make sure the patient has everything that they need, vital signs, that kind of thing. So it kind of just gave me something that's like a similar to a hospital setting, so that I get something that's experienced in the same field I want to go into, so that I can have that going into the future. So it's just kind of like something that's similar, that I can get that experience and you get to know the patient, just like you get to know the people we serve. You know their needs, you can really understand them, and that be able to give them better care based on that.
Okay. Okay. So obviously you wanted to be a doctor. The interaction with people, which is critical and is vital, as a matter of fact, because there's no AI. You got to be
Right.
with people. Um, it's enriched your ability to communicate with people, because you obviously can communicate very well. Do people have a problem understanding what you say to them?
Yeah, I used to talk really quietly. I talk louder now, but like I said before, when I'm talking to somebody that I know that I need to articulate everything I'm saying, like if it's like a project, or if I'm in front of a crowd or in front of a teacher, I'll slow things down. But right now, I'm just talking because I'm just talking. But usually, I would slow myself down and talk slower to be able to articulate better and make sure that what I'm saying is clear and concise, so that I don't have any confusion.
So now you're also into Spanish too. How far have you gotten in Spanish, in your opinion, on the scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I mean, it's back in you lose it. I haven't. I would say it's kind of hard to say something like I'm a two. It kind of depends. If you, like they say, you don't use it, you lose it. I mean, I have a Spanish class coming up this semester, so it probably will reinstate a lot of things I've kind of forgotten over the summer. But it goes back and forth. It kind of depends on when I'm studying it. But I mean, I'm not fluent or anything like that. But I can get around that kind of. I have that kind of, I guess, fluency. I know enough to be able to, get by and get around.
So if you were put into a Spanish-speaking country, you would be able to be made you'd make yourself understood.
Right, like I did before. Yeah.
Okay, because I know you went to Spain for you had a journey while you were in school. Since you've been in the university, that you actually went to Spain, got lost. Oh man, I'm thinking like, oh my God, who would be able to deal with that?
Yeah, but I found my way around though.
Like,
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, I studied abroad for 1 month in Valencia.
so that was a nice experience for you to go to Spain for the first time. Um,
Right.
so how do you feel about going into school this coming year? How do you feel about your grades going in now?
I want to get them higher. I mean, I think everybody else wants to get higher, better grades, but my plan is to do that the way I can boost up my GPA to have a better resume. So this last year definitely is the year I have to buckle down the most. It's one of the most important years because I have to make sure I can have the best grades I possibly can, hopefully, and get the best GPA possible. And then I have to start studying for the MCAT and get a good score on that. I have to volunteer. I have to do research. I'm in a research lab right now. I want to continue my job at VOA. So it's a lot of stuff to do this year. But it's every college school year has something that I have to do. So there's some things that are obligations. So this year is no different from that.
Okay, okay. So I remember you took your way back in high school, you took your ACT. You took it the first time, got a pretty good score on it, and then had nerve enough to want to take it another. You took it another time and raised it up higher. They ended up raising your um, amount of money that they were going to give you, your scholarship money. They raised it up because you took it a second time and raised it up. That must have been gratifying for you.
Definitely. I mean, the ACT is kind of like to high school what MCAT is to medical school. You want to do as best as you can so that you can get, the best, chance to get in college or in this scholar. Of course, I was definitely happy about that I got a much higher score than I did the first time.
Okay. Do you know what your GPA is now?
I'm not really sure, actually. I know a year ago it was 3.5, but What is it right now? I haven't checked it since my last semester, so I don't really know. I also don't remember.
Okay. Okay. You know, there were the family reunion. They had a family reunion this past weekend. What's today? Today's Monday. Yeah, they had a family reunion this past weekend, and they did it by Zoom. It was interesting. My first cousin um, put on the Zoom, and we had a lot of people on the Zoom.
Right.
They release of the balloons by Zoom, and different people talking and sharing testimonies and stories. They showed a couple of videos. Actually, the video of the Zoom itself was made available to me. He recorded it, like I'm recording this. He recorded it, so I'll be able to get a copy of it. When I get a copy of it, I'll make it available for you and your brother to have as
Okay.
well. So how's everybody doing? How's your stepfather doing? How's your mom doing? How's your brother doing? Your other brother, your younger brother, how's he doing?
They're all doing good. They're all doing good. Kind of the same as usual. Nothing really out of the ordinary so far with them.
Everybody's staying safe, I would imagine.
Yeah, we are.
Good, good. 'Cause I know you're back in Montgomery now. You know you're no longer in um, Auburn, so that you had to make that change to come back to Montgomery again. I spent
Right.
10 years in Montgomery. Is that where you're at right now, Montgomery? Or are you in Birmingham? Where are you at?
Hmm. No, I
Yeah.
don't go back to Birmingham until next week.
Okay. So, so I know at this point, Montgomery should have been built up a little bit when I was there back in the day.
I'm sure it is. Compared to what it was before, but I'm assuming it. I'm assuming it is. But I know it's hard to compare because I don't remember what it was before. So it's kind of all I know is now.
I understand. Well, you know that October 20th, I'm sorry, October 7th, can't forget that. I'll be in trouble if I do that. October 7th, your dad, he sort of disappeared on me. I know you're still there. I can't see your image anymore. You must have clicked stop video or something. But are you still there? Olivia. Olivia. Hey, little girl, are you still there? And my daughter then disappeared on me. I see her name, and I see a black little image that she left the screen or whatever. Maybe, yeah, she gone. All right. Well, I just wanted to have an opportunity to share with you the interaction between my daughter and myself. I, both brother and sister, I both had them together read a book called The Compound Effect. And you can hear how rapidly my daughter speaks, but at the same time, I'm sure you can hear the content of what she says and the high level language of the speaking that she does. Very impressive to me. I'm really proud as to what she's done with herself. Um, very, very proud. So if you got anything out of this, pass it on to somebody else. There are ladies, yeah, there are young ladies and young women, and old ladies and old women that don't have confidence in themselves. When you watch the video, I want you to think about the confidence that she had to have to be on with her dad in a live venue, not knowing what I was going to ask, not knowing what I was going to say, because we didn't go over any of it. But I wanted you to see that me as a parent, it's important to have a relationship with my kids. I talked to my son yesterday. I talked to my daughter today. I had one for her from years ago, but when she was a freshman. But she's getting ready to be a senior now, and so things are different, vastly different. Her confidence level is at a very, very high level. She knows what she wants to do. She knows where she wants to go. She's extremely confident. She's extremely noteworthy of how she views life. So, with that being said, I'm going to leave this this Zoom. I've recorded it. I'm going to make sure everybody has a copy of it that wants it. And, you know, she's currently in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm here in Henderson, Nevada. But I was able to talk with her, and she had nothing to do. I called her up on the phone. She said, hey, little girl, can you get on the phone? Can you get on the Zoom with me right quick? She said, yes, I can. She said, yes, I can. And I'm so glad that she did. Right now, I'm looking to see what the meeting settings are. Yeah, she can get in if she wants to. I think she left me. And I guess it was valuable enough for me to be on with her. So, hope you all enjoyed that. We'll talk to you later.